Hey guys! Welcome to Real Stories Uncovered. Today I have an entitled neighbor story with 2 updates. And let me tell you, the audacity is real. So get your stress balls ready. Our new neighbor thinks she owns the building. I, a 31-year-old female, live in a block of 6 apartments for non-Australians. A month ago, the unit above mine went up for sale and sold fairly quickly. And the new owner moved in less than a week ago. This morning, I got up and went to take the rubbish out and found a note stuck to my door. I honestly thought it was an "I'm new to the building" kind of note. I could not have been more wrong. Dear tenant, I recently bought your building and wish to introduce myself. My name is blah blah, and I think you will find me a fair landlord. However, I do have rules. Number 1, everyone is to be in their units by 9 p.m. If you're going to be out past this, I suggest you find accommodations elsewhere. Number 2, no pets allowed. If you have any, they must be relocated before I do an inspection, or I will call the ranger to remove them. This is the only warning. Number 3, I will conduct an inspection once a month, and you will be present to answer any questions or face eviction. Number 4, failure to pay rent on time will result in your eviction. I'm sure we will get along if we all follow these rules. Sincerely, blah blah. What the F did I just read? Fun fact about my building? We all own our own units. Nobody actually owns the whole building. I won't lie. I got to number 2 and had a slight panic attack because I have cats, and there's no way I was giving them away. Before I remembered, we bought our unit just before Christmas. We rented it from a friend prior, and when she told me she was thinking about selling it, we bought it. I didn't even have to move. So in some ways, it still feels like renting, but we actually own our unit. Now, I'm not great at confronting someone. I tend to shake a lot, but at that moment, I was quite angry. So, I went upstairs and knocked on her door. You know that gut feeling you have? It was spot on. That door opened, and there stood a Korean. Her hair blonder than my own. Her nails were long and bright-colored. She didn't look happy to see me there. I introduced myself and explained that I lived downstairs, and then I wanted to talk to her about her note. She started to talk over the top of me, explaining that her letter was basic rules and even a child could understand it. And if I didn't like her rules, I could hand in a letter to vacate. Wow! I would ask if people are really this up themselves, but I work in retail and could answer my own question. I told her that I actually owned my unit. She hadn't bought it or the rest of the building, but only her own unit, and that she couldn't enforce anything in her note. She didn't like that at all. She started yelling at me, saying that yes, she had indeed bought the whole building, and that failure to comply with her rules would mean I would be evicted. I was just starting to think maybe I was wrong when another neighbor opened his door. He came out and asked what the issue was and if she could stop screaming. He worked nights and was trying to sleep. I told him I was trying to explain that she hadn't bought the building, and she started yelling again. My neighbor told her to stop and then said the best thing I had heard that day. "Are you stupid?" Her jaw dropped as he explained to her how wrong she was, and that he was, in fact, part of the strata committee, kind of like an HOA that oversees the building, and that she had no right to make rules for everyone. She gave us dirty looks before slamming the door. I thanked him, and he said in the entire time he'd lived there, he hadn't seen someone so entitled. Now guys, it's time to hear from you. Have you ever encountered an entitled neighbor like this? Share your stories and let us know how you dealt with the situation. And don't forget to give your review of this story in the comments below. Did you find it entertaining? Did it resonate with any personal experiences? We can't wait to hear your thoughts.